Hello again and welcome back. We're going to continue talking about dates with JavaScript, and we're working on the challenge problems. So let's start problem number one. So hopefully you tried these on your own. I'll go over a solution. And there's more than one solution to any of these problems. So let's start here. So the problem here is the date scheduler. So the idea is that this function takes in a date and a repeat count and an offset in days. And the idea is that it wants to return a list of dates that are repeated, this offset number of days apart, okay, and repeated this repeat number of times, okay? So remember, we can use the idea here of the date offsets to solve this problem, right? So we can use get date and we can use set date, okay? So let's try that. So what I think I'm gonna do here is we could actually just console log the answer, but I think it's more practical if this function returns an array. So let's do let's do results, or actually let's do dates. Wait, let's do, I'll just say array. There we go. So we got an empty array. And what I want to do is I want to add this first date to the array. It might be good if we copied it, but I think I'm just going to add it to the array. So we'll say array dot push, and then I'll push the date in there. So now I got one date in my array, and now I need to repeat and make a new date, offset it, and then rinse and repeat, and then return at the end here. We'll say return the array, okay? So now let's do a for loop, right? So we're going to repeat, and we're going to say let's let I equal 0, and let's repeat while I is less than repeat, okay? And then we'll do I plus equals 1. And now I need to make a new date, right? That's going to be the next date in my array. Okay, so let's make a copy. Let's not mutate the original date, okay? So we'll say const new date equals new date, and then we'll copy the original date by passing it in. So now we have two dates that have exactly the same, year, month, hour, minute, day, seconds, milliseconds, right? And so what we'll do next is we'll offset this date. So we'll say new date dot set set full year. And what I want to do is I want to, or actually wait, I'm not offsetting by year. I'm offsetting by the day. Sorry. So I want to do set date just like we did earlier. Okay. And what I want to do is I want to set this date to the current date plus the offset, okay? So let's say date.get date plus offset. And I'm going to do the offset times the I plus 1. I know that sounds a little weird, but the idea here is that if the original date is the date that we're on, actually, maybe it'd be better if we do it this way. Let's do it like that, offset times I, okay? And then maybe I shouldn't push the new date in here like this, right? And maybe we'll say, equal to less than repeats. Wait, is it less than equal to repeats? There we go, right? Okay. Sorry, I'm using this font and the characters here look a little weird, right? Because of the ligatures. Okay, let's do it this way. I think this is better maybe. So the idea here is we'll repeat from 0 to the repeat count. We'll create a new date, copy the old date, And then on the new date, oh wait, I forgot one step. Let's make sure that we say array.push our new date. Okay, there we go. That's a good solution. So we're gonna make a new date, copy the original date, and then we'll say new date, let's set your date. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna get the original date and we'll add a number of days equal to the offset days times I. So the first copy of the date will be 0 offset, so it'll be the same date, but at least it won't be the same object here, it'll be a copy, okay? I think that's better, right? And then the next date will be 1 times the offset and then 2 times the offset up to the repeat, okay? So let's give that a test. So this should give us some dates that look like this, right? But since I'm actually returning an array here, why don't we, let's do const problem1 is, we'll just save that in problem1 and then we'll console log the answer here. And then let's clear this. And so our problem should appear right below this, right? So let's clear the console and run our code. Oh, so there's our dates. So let's check them now and see what they look like. So this should be 1, the 1st, the 4th, the 7th, the 10th, and then I got the 13th. So I guess I got an extra day in there. Oh no, I guess I got 4. Yeah, I guess I got 4 dates here. So I guess I'm including the original day in there. And I guess maybe the answer here doesn't show that, right? I think it's okay. I'm going to leave mine. I'm going to hold on that. If you did it this way, that's fine. If you did it like this, then that's okay too, right? Yeah, so I think that that's a pretty good solution there. If we wanted to do the stretch goal, we could include the unit right here. And actually, why don't we do a couple things here? I like the date here, and maybe if we, and the repeats, but maybe if there's no repeats, we'll just have a repeat of 1. And if there's no offset, let's do an offset of 1 day, right? And then let's do the unit here for the stretch goal, right? And let's say day as the unit, right? So we'll set those as defaults, right? So now the problem becomes here, like how are you going to offset the day, right? So if we did a switch case, you could use an else if you wanted. Actually, maybe I'll just do it with an else if. Actually, I like the switch. Let's do it with a switch. So if the unit is equal to day, then we're going to do the code here. And a switch case is kind of like an if-else. Oops. Sorry, I lost that for some reason. Let me cut that and paste it here. Right, there we go, right? It's kind of like an if-else. So when you say switch, if this value here matches the case, then we do the code under the case. You need to include a break to stop execution here. So if you have more switch cases, right, that they don't also run, okay? So let's imagine the unit is, we got day, let's do month, and then I'm going to paste this here and then break again. And then we can do case of year. So we'll just do month, day, month, and year, okay? And then I'll paste this and I'll do another break here, right? And you can also add a default switch case if you want. So if you have a default value, but I don't have a default here. So I think that this is good for me, right? So now instead of offsetting on the date, let's offset on the month. So let's do set month, right? And then I'm going to do get month here, and then we'll offset by offset times I number of months. And then we can do the same thing here with the year. So let's do set year, or set full year, and then here we'll do get full year plus the offset, right? And let's see if we can try this out. So what if I do, what if I copy this, right? So I think that looks pretty good, right? So if we don't include the unit, actually let's give that a test before we do anything else. Let's give it a test here. So here I didn't include the unit, right? So that should still work the same as it did before. Yeah, so I got the 1st, the 4th, the 7th, the 10th, and the 13th. So that's pretty good, right? I got the extra one in there, but that's okay. So now let's imagine here we're going to use the year. So let's uncomment this. And now that we've included the unit, we should repeat 3 times. And what was that other parameter there? Oh, the offset. Yeah, so we should be offsetting in single years 3 times, right? Starting 2019. So let's do const problem 1, 2, and then we'll console log problem 1, 2, and then see what happens here, right? So we'll refresh. So here's our second array. So this one is 2019, 2020, 2021, and 2022. Everybody's offset by a whole year, but they're still same month, okay? And then hopefully that would work with months too. So give that a try and see how you do. And then I'll solve the next problem in the next video. So thanks for watching.